You know, this is rare when we get to sit down and interview someone just minutes before you go on stage.
Yeah, I think it is minutes now. So part of me is my normal panic mode right now.
Yeah,
So.
you've been working on a set list, and I know that each night you're doing a completely different show, so that has to weigh into how you're feeling right now, right?
Yeah, I sort of get I'll be in a version of a sort of, um, I guess less, if I was less filled with doubt, I'd say it was a higher presence or something, that I'm in a higher state of being at that moment. But really, for me, it's just sort of a panic,
Yeah.
which is why I'm scratching myself. I also have poison ivy that I got recently, which is adding to my anxiety. You know, it's like writing this set and scratching my legs. I'm sure I look calm as well.
Well, we're really excited about this weekend. And last time we saw you, you were in center field at Wrigley Field, of all places. And it certainly is the best action that we've seen in the outfield at Wrigley Field this year.
Good Lord. I won't even comment on that. But it was a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful.
Yeah.
I like playing those baseball rooms because they have there's kind of it's automatic, comes with generally. Depending on the team you're supporting, but generally come with a good feeling.
Yeah. Well, the word was after that show and after that tour that you were going to take the year off, and this is how you take a year off?
Well, it's sort of like, I think I'm in a state of vacation all the time, but I just had an idea. I think I started it by my daughters are happy to have me home, but they kind of said, "You're not going to do any shows? Are we going to?" Then they started asking about specific places, and there's a couple of favorites, and so I started by saying to my manager, maybe we should do one at this place, and then we said, well, if we do one, maybe we should do a couple more, and then it sort of grew into this. But really, I'm still taking the year. I mean, at least as far as touring, I'm not good at taking vacations, but I just didn't want to sort of eat my tail and just keep spinning the wheels, you know. So maybe next year we'll come back with a combination of things. And I love being on the road and I love playing music, but I don't, I always feel like I need to slow down so I don't miss everything.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool that you put together this festival and it's playing in 4 different cities around the country. It was in Atlantic City just a few weeks ago. And you're playing it at what seems like, at least the first 2, at unconventional concert sites. I mean, where we are now on Lakeside in Chicago is the site of the former U.S. Steel Southworks. It's a steel mill. Steel mill was here 20 years ago, and this is a pretty cool reuse of the land that has been not used for 20 years.
Yeah, it was kind of a moonscape when we first were looking at it, and we had a lot of people out here cleaning up and trying to make the ground a little more forgiving for pedestrian traffic. But I think that you find these magical places in the middle of, or next to, virtually in the middle of cities, and that we forget about, that sort of, behind the bushes, and or overgrown or lost, or just seems like too big a task. But the fun idea of bringing attention to those places on occasion is that maybe they'll find a use in the community again, rather than bulldozing some pretty forest somewhere. We can come back and use this already bulldozed land, or in the case of Atlantic City, a defunct little airport. It's kind of fun to go to places that no one's been, and then all the different music has really been exciting for me. I haven't been able to hear everything, but I'm a fan of, or becoming a fan of, all this music that's here, and it's that's a real honor to be able to be in the middle of all that.
Well, we had a feature today on XRT, which is Dave Matthews and Friends, and I know that you've toured with Dave Matthews and Friends, but we took a lot of the people who are playing at the festival here today, and it seems like many of these people have relationships with you, and did you have a say in putting this together and getting people to come and play in the festival?
Well, a lot of the people that they're sort of in our circle anyway, because of the relationships we have with them, so they're sort of obvious people to ask. And then, so I have a relationship with a lot of people. And then there's smaller acts that, when I say small, just like, sort of less out in front of people. And so there's a few of those acts that I was really excited about bringing to people, people that I just met over the last few years, and get a chance to get them all in one place, because then it's exciting, and it's a little crowded. Sometimes I'm disappointed that things kind of overlap, but that's okay. You choose what you want, and hopefully people get turned on to some new music. So yeah, I had a lot of say in some things, and a little say in other, and agreeable. There's nobody here I was not happy about being here.
Well, we seem to be off to a pretty good start here on day one. It was a beautiful day here, and you're going to be hitting the stage. And like I said before, you're playing 3 different nights. You're headlining each night with different shows, which is really exciting for fans who are coming here for 3 days.
Yeah, so it's a task, but I'm trying not to repeat myself.
Yeah.
And Tim Reynolds, my friend and guitar partner, we're going to do a solo show too. So then it kind of cuts into the pie as well. But we'll just try.
Yeah.
We'll try and not hopefully repeat ourselves.
Yeah, well, you have some great artists coming up. Emmylou Harris is playing on Sunday, and the Flaming Lips are doing Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, they were awesome in Atlantic City. I'm a huge fan. Wayne he's a glowing performer,
And he's certainly a positive energy force, and this has been a positive day.